welcome to the Ice Forum in Champlin as we wrap up the regular season in girls hockey. It's the Osseo-Park-Center Stars paying a visit here to Champlin Park-Coon Rapids. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, a lot of things to like really for both of these teams this year. Champlin Park-Coon Rapids repeating as West Division champion in the Northwest Suburban. And meanwhile, their counterparts from OPC have really taken a step forward this year.
Oh my gosh, I mean, OPC's come out of nowhere. It's been a really tough 3 or 4 years for OPC, and they're winning some games now, and they're showing that they could be a part. Now, they're very young, and their future is where it's really going to be. In 2 years, it's going to be a very good hockey team, but they've surprised some people this year. They're a good hockey team, and CPCR is going to have to really contend with a good hockey team today.
Yeah, the progress they've made showed up in the first meeting, actually, a few weeks back. It ended up being a tie game, and that kind of opened some eyes to show that they're for real this year.
Yeah, they really are. They've played good defense. They've done a good job of keeping the puck out of that and had some close games. A few good scores here and there. If their power play would have been a little bit better, who knows? They could have done something, but they're doing really well this year.
Champlin Park-Coon Rapids coming off a nice win over Blaine. They're eyeing a pretty high seed in the Section 5 AA tournament, maybe possibly even as high as 2, but more likely 3. They've got great goaltending too. They're a team that's looking for the possibility of maybe doing some good things in the postseason too.
They really are. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10 games. But that game against Blaine, that was a big one. That was against somebody in their section. And they've shown that they can play. They've only given up 20 goals 5-on-5 all year. That's a tremendous stat. They've got a 24% power play, which is very good, and an 86% penalty kill. They're playing on all cylinders, so if they play good defense, which they have, anything can happen, because by then it comes down to scoring goals, and they've scored 64 goals this year, so they're a good hockey team.
Let's talk about key players to look at in this afternoon's contest, starting with the visitors from Osseo-Park-Center. Really not much doubt who their go-to scorer is, and their most effective offensive player, Laura Denchfield.
Yeah, number 12, she's a presence, let's put it that way. She's got good size to her. She is a whale of a shooter. She can let it fly. She's got 17 goals, 23 points, big stat, 6 power play goals. So folks, guess who's getting loaded up on the power play? She's going to be the one they're going to get the puck to, and she can bury it. So everything's going to run through her as far as scoring.
And for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids, 8 seniors honored today on Senior Day, and one of those is one of their captains, Mackenzie Baker.
She's not as big as Laura Denchfield, but she's got 12 goals. She's stepped up and does a good job, both up and down the ice. Defensive end and the forward end does a great job. As a captain, obviously, she's a leader. She's got 4 power play goals, so she's a factor in her specialty teams too, and does a great job for them. Again, you always look for your seniors for leadership. She's stepped up this year. They're having a very good year. Hope to make some noise here. She's going to be one of the key players, so we will watch her close tonight.
All right, both teams getting set for playoff action. They're not in the same section. CPCR is in Section 5 AA, and for Osseo-Park-Center, well, tough road. Section 6 AA has 3 of the very best teams in the state. That'll be 1, 2, 3 in their section with Blake, Edina, and Wayzata, but they're hoping to get somewhere around a 5 or 6 seed possibly based on their good season. Stay tuned. It's the Stars and CPCR coming up next here on CCX Sports.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
And welcome back to the Ice Forum. The deep freeze is finally cleared out, and a little bit of warmer weather heading to the rink anyway as we get set to drop the puck for this second meeting of the season as we put the finishing touches on the regular season in girls hockey as Osseo-Park-Center, the visitors here this afternoon, and trying to, I think for both teams, you know, you'd like to build a little momentum getting into the playoffs too, make those that next week of practices leading up to your first playoff game will be pretty exciting ones. There's a look at the goalies. Sophie Almquist for OPC and Bailey Shuck for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids, and both have had a pretty decent season. Shuck really considered one of the better goalies around the state, and has played like it for this season. You see her numbers very outstanding.
OPC's coming in here 10-11-2, first double-digit win season in a while. Champlin 13-7-4.
And we are underway here as they battle for it right along the center line here, and now the CPCR able to knock it in. Haley Williams giving chase there, but couldn't come up with it. Now thrown out front into the slot. Backhand try goes wide from Sophie Sinjum. And another centering pass picked off, and here come the Stars back the other way. Charlie Sawicki didn't quite get it in. Now pushes it deep into the corner and will head off on a change. Jeremy Lewis, the Osseo-Park-Center coach, said, you know, probably, to be honest, we don't play quite as well on the big rink as they have the Olympic-size sheet here at the Ice Forum, but he said that's something you just have to overcome. But in general, they haven't played quite as well on larger sheets when they played on them this year.
Well, the angles are different, and there's a lot more spacing, so you got to alter some things, and you got to have some skating legs.
Yeah, they're a little bit more of a physical team, less of a really speedy team. So trying to bank it out there was Abby Peterson, who's had a really good year as a sophomore defenseman here, leading the rush out for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids, a plus 29 this season for the Bluebirds. Dumped in deep here, and three skaters in white getting to it right away. Shot attempt, though, was knocked down as Abby Ness turned to fire. And then they'll come back in offside. We get a whistle to stop play here on a minute and a half into the contest here, and no score on the board. There is a look at Jeremy Lewis, an Osseo grad, and has come in and done a nice job. I mean, the standings show it. They've improved quite a bit this year.
Well, they had more than 7 wins in the season in quite a while, and to get to double digits, they're tickled to death. But the progress they're making, well, with the amount of sophomores and freshmen on this team, this is going to be a very good hockey team in 2 years.
Champlin Park-Coon Rapids here trying to get things going. Delaney Johnson, their talented forward here on the move. Sophomore, and she's going to try and split between everyone, and almost did so. And the D able to converge. And that might have been a little bit of that bigger sheet angle type thing there. They were a little wider than they should have been. There's a shot thrown on net. Almquist blocked it but didn't control it, but no harm done as Beth Denfield, the sophomore, leading it back out and throws it in deep. Emily Peterson back to retrieve here for CPCR and then had it squared away. Stars trying to get an offensive chance going there, but never really materialized. It dumped back out to center. Stopped there by Haley Akos, 8th grader.
Nice move. Wow.
And here she comes up the middle. Has an older sister playing with her as well this year. There's a try, Shuck a save, and then a rebound opportunity as well. And the Stars, who really haven't had the puck in the offensive zone much at all, getting a couple of opportunities there.
Well, the one thing a young team like the Stars is they got to remember when they get an opportunity to get some shots, they're only averaging 23 shots a game. That's not enough to put pucks in the net, and they had a golden opportunity, especially with the spacing, Jay, in the slot, to get a good shot on net there, and they went wide with it.
Centering pass there, deflected away by Hannah Lisney, and then it comes free at center and thrown right back into the Champlin Park-Coon Rapids zone. Laura Denchfield giving chase there and forced a turnover. Now sliding it out front, but that one mishit. Goes off the heel of the stick there of Presley Kramer, one of those talented freshmen Dan was mentioning. Here's Laura Denchfield with the steal, but Emily Peterson got a piece of her shot there as Denchfield very dangerous from the circles, but Peterson got her stick out.
See the opportunity coming in here, and that was a good move. Go right to the net, get the puck there. See what happens? Even at a bad angle, sometimes the puck will bounce for you, and they had a good opportunity here, but good coverage by the Champlin Coon Rapids D. And there's a good goalie. You're going to have to get shots on her to get some pucks behind her. So OPC's really got to concentrate on firing the puck.
Pass out front. It goes back to the blue line. Kept in there by Lindsay. Goes there for OPC and then thrown to the front. Shuck covers it up, and coming in after it was Kramer, and takes a little tumble over Shuck's goal stick. And we'll get a face-off in the Champlin Park-Coon Rapids zone here. Nice ceremony to honor the 8 seniors, and they've got jerseys up with their numbers on. They've got cake and decorations and signboards for them. They really went all out for the CPCR seniors here.
They've been with your program the longest. They've been loyal and they've worked for you. You always honor your seniors.
Haley Williams trying to work herself free. A penalty coming up against Osseo-Park-Center as they held Williams up. Centering pass, and now we will get our call. Probably going to be a hold or maybe interference here. How about a hook? And that's my third choice. A hooking call is issued. So Champlin Park-Coon Rapids will go to the power play. We just got too much of her there, held her up. It's going to be Gabby Bodine going.
Well, OPC's got a good puck penalty kill, 85% so far, but as we talk about, CPCR's got a 24% power play, and a little opportunity here.
Denchfield quickly gets it out, and she'll win the race to the puck. She's all alone for the moment, though, and had it taken away. Here's Mackenzie Baker back the other way. Playing it over left side. Here's Williams. Haley Williams sending it around behind. Pescalo up with it. They'll look out high to the point. And dump down low. It goes off the stick of Pescalo, but she picks it up again. Now return pass to the wall here. Pescalo looking out front. A deflection. Now a rebound is loose. Haley Williams scores. CPCR is on the board. They put a puck on net, and then Williams was right there to snap the rebound past Almquist.
Well, you're looking at a lower umbrella here where they put 3 forwards to 4 forwards down low with 1D up top running, and it's a risky power play because they only got 1 person back, but it works here because there's more white bodies down there once the puck goes in. You can see the D's outnumbered. There were 3 white jerseys there really in position versus only 2 of the black ones, and it made all the difference in the world as they grabbed the rebound. Again, another shot from the side, tried to get it for a deflection, got a rebound the goalie couldn't handle, and in the ball into the net it went.
So Haley Williams will get her 9th goal of the season, and the Bluebirds don't take too terribly long to convert on that penalty. A little over half minute into the power play, they strike. Chipped away, and then it'll be dumped on in by Brookdale Castillo for CPCR. And tip loose at center. Aaliyah Bork throwing one wide of the net for Osseo-Park-Center. Then she hustles after it. Long shot there, blocked down nicely by Lisney.
There we go.
Johnson and Pescalo will get the assist on the goal for Haley Williams, as we got a pretty good shot attempt there a moment ago that Shuck was able to stop with her blocker. And that one gets through over to Claire Smith. She's in all alone, shoots, and a glove catch by Shuck. And she's going to hang on there. Wasn't much pressure forthcoming because OPC was in a line change, but she wanted that face-off and held on.
Yeah, got to make sure the defense was changed out. She knew that line was getting tired. It was a smart move on her place. They get a line change and fresh lines out there. But, you know, CPCR's defense is kind of sinking in a little bit, Jay. They're letting OPC get the blue line and come in about 10 feet and let him lose some shots. They may come to regret that here. I know it's a big sheet, but still, you got to keep some even spacing between the forward and your D.
Osseo-Park-Center had exactly what they wanted off that face-off win, a shot for Denchfield, but it went over the net. Now it comes free out front, wraparound try there, and Holmquist stops Baker at point-blank range. Now the puck squirting free, Baker getting back to it here for CPCR. And coming back strong, a 2-on-2 rush here, but that shot was mostly blocked as Presley Kramer firing for Osseo-Park-Center. Here's another look at the opportunity for Baker. Little spin to get it.
You know, Baker actually had some momentum there and some time. She could have actually made a move once Almquist was down and maybe come across to the right and shelved it on her and got another goal.
Yeah, I think when you have to turn your back like that, you kind of lose perspective of who's around you. Right? She probably did have time to do something more with that one, but I think she thought she could get it, you know, sneak it quick 5-hole before Almquist was really ready. Thrown out to the neutral zone here, and the race is on. Haley Williams, good speed, able to get to it for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids. You know, and I guess in a way it's fitting that she got that power play goal because it was her speed and hustle up the wing that, you know, drew the penalty in the first place. Knocked away there. Bascalo throwing it back ahead. Williams getting it out front, and it just squirts away from Delaney Johnson.
It never ceases to amaze me that the puck always seems to find a hard worker. It really does. Call puck luck, but still the same thing.
Stars freed it up briefly there, but Ellie Horvath had it lifted away from her before she could pull the trigger. Elena Hedlund leading it back out for CPCR. She gets to the center line, dumps it in. Almquist back to stop it here. A little over 9 minutes to play in the first period. Champlin Park-Coon Rapids in white. They lead it 1-0 on a power play goal. They are the conference champs already, regardless of today's outcome in the West Division of the Northwest Suburban. But still potentially matters for seeding for both these teams. As we said, they're not in the same section, but still, you just never know when it comes down to a close vote what this last win of the regular season might mean for you.
Those section meetings are ugly, and both teams actually have a chance to get some decent seeding, but these wins are important.
Long one here. Oh, defenseman nearly tipped it in a spot where Shuck would prefer she kept her stick out of there, I think, as she made it change direction out front. Now this one's sputtering down the rink, and it is going to be an icing against CPCR, so we'll head to the other end here. There's a look at Jim Coltis, the Champlin Park-Coon Rapids coach.
Grand old man of Northwest Suburban girls hockey. You've been around for a long time.
Yeah, coached at Maple Grove and then Rogers. Been in this spot for quite some time, and of course they added the Coon Rapids half of the equation last year. Pass ahead here was tipped. Kyler Schack still going to get to it, but not with as good of an opportunity as it might have been if that pass wasn't deflected a little bit.
And Jim, I say that with affection only.
Coming out of the corner, Bluebirds trying to get things set up and looked weak side with that pass. Kyler Schack couldn't quite get to it as it was a little behind her. Schack now throwing it back into the other corner.
Well, we talked to Coach Coltis a little bit too about his season, and boy, they've come out really hot in the first period. They've outshot the other teams 22-9 goal-wise, and have done a good job. And right now, OPC's played them dead even. The only difference really is the power play goal.
Yeah, they have the shots, kind of surprisingly to me, not showing 9-4 or 9-3 in favor of the Stars up on the big board here. And Coach Coltis, he gave Joe Head, one of his longtime assistants, some credit for them being ready to play. He said kind of change things up a little bit in terms of how they warm up and how they meet before the game and everything. And he was quick to credit Joe with maybe helping to facilitate those fast starts.
Just getting that focus set up.
Puck squirts on out, and that's the thing. You love to honor. Oh, we're going to have a penalty here against CPCR on the trip coming through neutral. As reaching the stick out was Abby Ness, and she will go. But things like the senior day, you want to make sure that you celebrate them, but that it doesn't, distract from getting ready for the game. As you get another look right there, pretty obvious one.
The 8th grader Haley Ako's getting taken down, and just an errant stick, kind of a dumb penalty. You got to be disciplined with that stick. Just don't reach out. She was beaten. Just let it go. But I'm impressed with the 8th grader Ako. She's she's turned that puck up the ice a couple times.
So we'll see what the Stars can do with their first power play opportunity. The first shot goes into the equipment of Johnson, and then she'll backhand it on out. Haley Williams in pursuit there on the penalty kill, and she's going to free that puck up. Williams sliding it out front, and it squirts away from Johnson. Johnson trying to put it out front again. Now she'll come up with it again. If nothing else, they're killing some valuable time here. Johnson working the puck free. She'll keep it along the line. And now firing a shot into the other corner.
OPC's just standing here watching this. They're not even moving their legs. They should get two people on the puck and take it away.
Flicked back in here by Abby Peterson as the Bluebirds will complete a change of all 4 penalty killers. And boy, the first penalty kill shift was pretty outstanding, I'd say.
No kidding.
Peterson back to get it here. Takes a little bit of a bump, and now the Stars free it up. Denchfield throwing it along the wall here and then gets a return pass. She shoots, it hits traffic in front, never quite made it to Schuck. Stars able to keep it in. And dig for it along that wall there. Denchfield now gets it back. Denchfield fires and it hits traffic, and then Schuck was all caught up in the bodies in front. Doesn't have her stick. Here's a shot and right into her midsection as Haley Iko is putting one. Boy, that's a helpless feeling there for Schuck as her stick was laying in front of her there and a shooter coming toward her. Here's a look as you see the bodies right there, and there's where the stick gets lost. And then watch as she'll come toward her here, and helpless feeling for the goaltender for sure.
Echo's made a nice move there to get a good shot, but that was the best part of the power play so far for OPC.
Yeah, and the Bluebirds failed on their first try to get it out. Now they will. Time ticking down. That'll about eat up the remainder of the penalty time to Ness. Back it comes into the Osseo-Park-Center zone. 5 minutes to go here in this first period. It's 1-0 in favor of Champlin Park-Coon Rapids. Trying to get a centering pass. Fanned on though. Tipped ahead, and then it squirts into the CPCR zone. Schuck will come out to play it. And defenseman beaten to the puck. Squirts away there from Emily Peterson, but she'll get to it and trying to bank it out, but couldn't do so. More and more as the period's gone, they've had trouble getting the puck out.
Well, Charlie Sawicki of OPC had a great forecheck that time and took the puck away, and that defenseman just beat the defenseman to the puck.
Bluebirds changing up, so they're getting every forward out in the neutral zone now as they dig for it in front of the Osseo-Park-Center bench. Delaney Johnson coming away with it. Went backward with it. Now Lisney trying to get to it, and it'll pop up and out of play. So we get a draw with 3:47 to go here in this first period, and it wound up with Jeremy Lewis there. So his team down 1-0, but I think they've played a pretty strong first period here overall, Dan.
I agree. The difference was the power play. It was just that simple. They've, in fact, I've pretty much say they've outplayed CPCR, not by a lot, by a little bit, but they've outplayed them, but they have nothing to show for it.
Abby Peterson up with it here for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids. Throws it in. Almquist directing that aside. And it pops away out front. Back out. Abby Peterson shot into some shin pads there as Denchfield got a block. Laura Denchfield, that is. Now Haley Williams trying to retrieve it behind the net here for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids. Throws it out front. It was blocked. Ooh, and then a couple of whacks at it in close as they were unable to clear. Almquist trying to reach for it, and she's kind of awkwardly falling to the ice alongside the net. And we're going to have penalties, I think, on both teams here. As things heated up a little bit after the whistle.
There was a mistake right there. Defense got caught by the puck coming to her. She was surprised and just couldn't handle it, and it deflected back underneath, and we saw a little pulling, pushing, and shoving there, and some words were exchanged.
Good coincidental roughings at 13:53, so we stay 5 skaters aside there. I was going to say, I hope Almquist, got up okay, because she just kind of toppled in a little bit of a precarious spot there. She was trying to pin the puck alongside the net, but seems to be all right.
Well, as goalies do all those strange stretching exercises we see day in and day out, and that's why. That saves them from getting injured like that.
Icing call here against CPCR. They have not been as sharp as I think they've been in some of their recent games here.
I can understand it though. That was they had a big game Thursday night against Blaine. They really had to win that one, especially with the section seeding and stuff, and they really played a heck of a game. I could expect a letdown too, especially with it being senior today, and it's an afternoon game. And
Lisney throwing it ahead. Nice catch there of that one, if you will, by Mackenzie Baker as she trapped it down.
Ooh, tricky. Good save by Almquist there. Kind of a flutter bouncing puck, which is, you never know which way those things are going to go. But, so far, it's between you and me, Mackenzie Baker and Haley Williams for CPCR have really been the better players. They've been dominant. They've been skating hard. They've gotten some opportunities here. And they've been the better players for the Bluebirds.
Here's a shot, and that one into the midsection of Almquist, and able to make the stop here. So it's Pascalo and Lewis who went off for those roughing minors, by the way, as not reflected up on the board, of course, because they're still 5 aside, but they're cooling their heels for a moment. To the line and not out, as the Bluebirds able to keep the puck in and now send it in behind. Almost overskated, but they are able to gain control again here, and around it comes to Bjork. Now deflected out to center by Sawicki. Sawicki hustling after it. Her dad Chuck on the staff for OPC, and he was a standout in the early years of Champlin Park boys hockey. I was going to say here, but I'm thinking he probably predates the ice for him.
Yes, he does.
This one thrown in, and it'll be an icing call against CPCR, and they've had a few more of those than you'd like. You give up a defensive zone draw. Sometimes it doesn't really hurt you, but it certainly could, particularly when you get late in a period. You really hate to see that.
Well, these are areas where the youth of a team can come back and hurt you. They've got to understand, OPC now, that this is the last minute and a half of a period. Do not give one up. Keep the puck down here in this zone and press. Champlin, Coon Rapids, there's going to be a little bit of a wake-up call here between periods, I think, about defense got to step up a little harder and don't give as much space in the defensive zone as they have been giving. I think offensively they're moving the puck really well, especially 2 of their lines. They just got to sharpen up on defense.
Battle for the puck at the top of the circle. Bluebirds come out of there with it. Now Sinjum deflecting it ahead. Approaching a minute to go in this first period. Champlin Park-Coon Rapids leading at 1-0. They've evened things up more on the shot chart now too. 11-8. There's a deflection on that, and then a rebound try. Almquist making a stop as we go under a minute to play in the period. Delaney Johnson goes down. Now here's the Stars with a chance the other way. Johnson hustles back though to cut off that initial rush. Kramer forced to turn back, and then it's knocked out and pushed ahead. Here's Haley Williams gathering it. Williams shooting, and Almquist a glove stop, and will hang on with 33 seconds to play in this first period. And there's where speed can really get you back into it. Johnson fell down and then got back up and really cut that rush off by herself.
Yeah, I mean, Williams also, again, stopped that rush on the other way because OPC had numbers coming back, and Kramer got a little hesitant and lost the puck, and boy, Williams is right there to take it out of the zone and get it out of danger and create a problem for OPC in their own zone.
Centering pass there was blocked and stolen. Stars coming out of there with it. So Ricky up the left side. Throws it out front. It comes all the way back out to the point. Here's a long shot that hits bodies in front. Turnaround try. Ooh. And it pops up into the glove of Shuck with just under 5 seconds to go. She got a pretty good look at that one. It may have gone over the net anyway, but it certainly was a dangerous chance, and she's getting a little chuckle with the referee on that one. Important draw here, and the Bluebirds able to win it, so they should be able to beat up the remaining moments of this first period. So we have completed one here at the Ice Forum in Champlin. And a good first period. Champlin Park-Coon Rapids leads it 1-0 over Osseo-Park-Center. We'll have our first intermission coming up for you, and first period highlights as well here on CCX Sports.
I try to keep up with what these young people is doing and knowing.
I was at work and I just got a text from a number that I didn't know.
I sent him a text. He texts me back and say, "Who dis?" And I just thought that was the funniest thing.
The next few weeks, you just made fun of me, like would answer the door and say, "Who dis?"
Who dis?
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch. Don't let me show cruelty, though I may make mistakes. Don't let me show ugliness, though I know I can hate. And don't let me show evil, it might be all I take. Show me love, show me love, show me love.
Impressive display there. Those are the numbers of the 8 seniors who are in the Champlin Park-Coon Rapids program that were honored before today's game. That is Emily Peterson, Sophie Sinjum, Mackenzie Baker, Hannah Lisney, Allie Lure, Bailey Shuck, Brooke Freeman, and Haley Williams. Let's take a look at some first period highlights from this one. It was a good first period. I thought OPC came out and played quite a strong period overall. They get an opportunity here. Shuck stopping that one, and the rebound was really the more dangerous chance there, but she's able to just keep her body in front and stay square to it and block it. And you see the little tumble there. When you come too close to the goalie, you might meet up with the goal stick a little bit. Pass out front here, and then Haley Williams pops the rebound in. That was on a power play as they struck real soon on that power play opportunity. And then a good chance for Baker here as she turns, gathers the puck and tries to sweep it 5-hole there, but Almquist was ready. And then Shuck, a stop here. Watch the next one too. He doesn't have her goal stick anymore. Great move in front there by Akos, and not able to beat her though. And the opportunity late there as a missed clearing chance for OPC, and jabbing at it there was Bascalo, but not able to put it in. And so that's how we end the first period. A slight edge in shots for the Stars, a slight edge in scoring chances we felt for the Bluebirds there, and you see the power play was the difference so far for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids. We will come back with period number 2 here as these teams close the regular season and get ready for postseason competition. You get a look at some of the senior honorees out in the lobby here at the Ice Forum today, and some great work done by them and their families to put those together as well. We'll be right back to the Ice Forum.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there, choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Sophie Almquist getting set for period number 2 here as she scuffs up the ice in front of her goal crease here to get ready, as she was tested a few times for sure in that first period. One got by her on a rebound on a power play, but made some good stops. And obviously at the other end, Bailey Shuck also doing the same here. So pretty even first period overall, and we'll see how things shake out. Obviously we saw down that, as in any hockey game, staying out of the box can be a big key, because the Bluebirds kind of took advantage fairly early on when Osseo-Park-Center took that first penalty.
And CPCR's got a good power play, and again, you know, they always, sooner or later, catches up to you, but we'll see what happens this period. I expect Champlin Park-Coon Rapids defense to step it up a little bit more, get a little bit tougher, not giving OPC as many opportunities as they gave in this period.
Williams dumps it in and then falls down. And then that pass gets away. Lisney will track it down here for the Bluebirds. Throwing it ahead to Haley Williams, but unable to receive that one, and it's dumped in by Beth Denchfield. Lisney back to gather it for the Bluebirds. Chipped out. Yeah, they didn't quite get it out. Now they do on the second opportunity. Laura Denchfield backhanding it back into the CPCR zone. Now ahead to Haley Williams. Williams into the zone, throws one on net. Almquist directing that one away from the right winger coming down the other side, Bascalo. That pass gets away, but also gets past the D. No ice here. Shuck will come out to stop it. Trying to go to Peterson, but good hustle to get in there and disrupt that. Boy, and you and I were talking between periods, just a much better skating team this year for Osseo-Park-Center. Overall speed and just skill level is much higher than it's been the last couple of years.
Yeah, and it's all the young kids too. I mean, it's all sophomores, ninth graders, eighth graders just doing. I mean, Laura Denchfield as a senior is just fabulous too. I mean, she's a good hockey player, but they can go 2 or 3 lines now too, Jay. It's not just one. So, and they've done a remarkable job. We were talking to Coach Luzo. He's changed things up. He's changed their defensive setup and the breakout. It's got a little more simple sense to the system to change it to the ones the kids are used to in their youth, so they don't have anything different. So they can play the game and use the speed and the skill they have as they have been during youth times.
Yeah, and he said last year, you know, in his first year there, it was hard to, you couldn't just discard everything that they'd learned, you know, and start over either. So there's a little bit of an adjustment period. So, you know, you kind of add in the combination of those two things and the fact that they had another summer to work on things together and everything too. And it's really showing in their improved play. And even like a game like this, if they don't win the game, they've still skated well and been impressive, and they may very well win the game even too. But just, you know, we did a game between these teams, I believe it was last year, where, to be honest, it wasn't all that close. I mean, CPCR was quite a bit better team. Back out to the point it comes. Ooh, they really pressured that pass. Baker had eyes of a breakaway the other way if she'd been able to knock that one out. Then a long one thrown in on Shuck, and she will make the stop. Jim Coltis was telling us some interesting things about some of the things they've done in the D zone. And in fact, a name that you might recognize in Minnesota hockey, Bruce Boudreau, a little bit to do with some of that.
Yeah, they changed up their defensive setup in a 2-3 setup and changed some of the positioning on his players. Told Jim to change it up a little bit, and it's really made a difference. I mean, like we said, only 25 on 5 goals they've given up this year. That's a remarkable number.
Puck carried there by Emily Peterson, then thrown in deep. Bluebirds get there first, comes free out front, but mostly a miss hit. Now the puck's still laying loose though. So they try and jam it by Almquist, puck still loose. Almquist was on her back. Now one thrown at the net. Almquist really struggling to get up. And they nearly put one into an open net while she was still down. And now we get an offside play there. I think a pretty good job by the official to not blow this dead, because this puck, I could see it laying about a foot from Almquist right here. Doesn't have it covered. She reached for it, couldn't get it, but then she just really struggled to get up, and you see this shot flicking at her. And there were a couple of D that were also down, and that one a
couple inches to the left, that would have been in the net.
Yeah, that would not have been a fun one to give up if you're a goalie, but they got a little bit of a break as the shot went just wide. Now the Stars trying to get things set up in the offensive zone. Return pass was knocked away. Great hustle by Laura Denchfield to keep that one in as she flicks it down to the corner. Abby Peterson to pick it up. Banked ahead, and now the race is on. Bascalo getting to it, has Haley Williams with her as well, but he looks to take that shot. And Olmquist will make the catch and hang on as she got a little tangled there with Bascalo.
Well, the defense of Champlin Park here, just kind of a little bit of a desperation play. They threw it up and got it out, and now we are into a foot race. And look at how fast Denchfield just closed on her, too. I mean, different OPC team, and the conference is noticing it this year.
That shot never made it through. I also think Bascalo, I don't know if she was, it seemed like she was a little bit tired there, although she's just still out right now, so obviously they hadn't been out there that long. Battle for it here, and now Haley Williams jumps in to pick it up for CPCR. And that one came out of the zone offside there. As really, the pass wasn't bad, but Hedlund in trying to line up her shot kind of drew it backward there. Need to put that stick firm on the blue line and keep it in, but didn't quite do it.
Jay, I'm kind of waiting for number 29, Delaney Johnson, to step up here. She's leading scorer, and she really has not been kind of present here tonight. Just kind of not getting the puck on her stick, and I don't know if it's OPC's really stopping down on her or she just hasn't been in the right position.
Did make a defensive play there, getting a little piece of that pass out front. Yeah, you're right. She hasn't been as noticeable as probably in some of their games. Back out to the point. And then chopped around to the other side here as they look for Bjork. Lisney knocked that puck free, and then Lisney is hard to tell there. I think both teams thought there could have been a penalty on the other. Here's Williams. Puts on the brakes but lost it. Following up though is Bascalo. Trying to put it out front, but good work there by Akos there for Osseo-Park-Center. Dump back in deep. Lindsay Akos back to play it there. Bluebirds trying to get it set up. Now the pass comes across. It was deflected in front. Oh, and Baker's turnaround try went wide. Now it squirts free out front, and then a couple of Stars collide. But they're still able to get the puck out. Laura Denchfield retrieving it there, but a nice job to beat her to it. And then pushed back into the CPCR zone. Sarah McClellan back to play it there. And dumped on in for the Bluebirds by Molly Terabeza. Played back to the other corner here. Not a whole lot of offense in the second period, Dan. Just kind of play back and forth through the neutral zones to get it in a little bit. Here and there been a shot attempt, but not a ton for either team.
Well, CPCR's had a couple good opportunities, especially when they had Almquist down in that one situation. That's been about the only real flurry here, but it's been kind of chop now. Not as smooth as we saw him in the first period.
Puck intercepted there at center and dumped back in. Abigail today got bumped a little bit there, and the turnover created, and then that one deflecting wide off the point shot from McClellan. McClellan getting it back again. The tip out front. Now the puck loose again. And Bluebirds kept it in momentarily, but then it's dumped on out, and down the rink it'll go. Icing call here against Osseo-Park-Center.
Did not like that call. That could have been played. Defense just let it walk right by her within stick reach. I don't think that was an icing, but either way, But you can see now where Champlin Park-Coon Rapids is starting to take charge here, especially in the offensive zone. They got a little bit more zip in their step right now, and they're beating OPC to the puck, and it's mostly a dump out situation for their OPC Stars.
Dump down deep here. Osseo trying to fight off a back checker there. Johnson winning that puck now for CPCR. Playing it back out to the point. Peterson giving it back to Johnson, circling away, firing. High shot, Holmquist the stop. And the rebound lay loose there for a moment.
And that's why you give Delaney Johnson the puck right there, Jay. That's exactly why. They need to get her involved in this game.
Centering pass swept aside. Lisney gets possession and then plays it for Johnson here. And she will look to skate this puck in. Throws it out front. Holmquist was a little surprised by that one. Got her stick on it. Now comes back out toward Peterson. Pushes it back down deep. Stars really bottled up in these last couple shifts.
See the three bodies on the board, white bodies along the board there, and the fourth one coming in. They're stacking the boards. OPC's got to reverse this thing out to get the puck out of the zone because they're putting a forecheck on straight up. They're outnumbering them on the boards, and they're winning the one-on-one battles there.
Pass back to the point was errant, and Baker has to retreat to get it. Now to Lisney. Lisney will tee it up, fires. Holmquist stick save there. And this time the Stars able to get it out. Laura Denchfield lugging it up the left side. Takes a long shot there. Shuck hasn't seen the puck for a long time, and it got in pretty deep out there on a harmless looking shot.
But you see the play here. They get Delaney Johnson there, and she comes right around the circle and lifts a shot and gets her in the net. There's the surprise. She's quite a sniper and has been since she's been playing with CPCR. She made another play about half a minute later with a pass coming right in front of Almquist that totally surprised Almquist. I mean, she's a playmaker. Get her the puck.
Deflected back out to center, and Stars had it, lost it. Erica Tyson. Shot attempt was blocked. Stars get it back out, but then regathered here. McClellan will pick it up for CPCR. Nice job by linesman to jump out of the way of that one. Now the pass ahead for Presley Kramer. Throwing a ring wide, nice. Right onto the stick of Denchfield. Wow, that was a nice pass. And it's thrown out front. The Stars player went down, maybe with a little help, but not quite enough to be a penalty call apparently there.
CPCR got away with one.
Abby Peterson putting it out front, and a swing and a miss there by Holly Johnson. Played back around the other way. Stars even using a fourth line at times here. Or excuse me, the Bluebirds.
They just got a little more jump this period, Jay.
Lisney trying to get control and then chopped away from her and out. Hedlund will chase it down here. Tipped at the line, but kept, not quite kept in actually there. It'll be offside against Osseo-Park-Center there as Kyler Shack tried to deflect that puck out and got just enough of it to get it out and brought back in. So get the whistle here. 7:21 to go in the second. Champlin Park-Coon Rapids 1 and Osseo-Park-Center 0 here on CCX. Puck dumped in. And a turnover in close. Wow, CPCR got caught a little nonchalant there. But now they come back the other way. Chance for 2-on-1. Haley Williams sending it across. Osseo forced just wide, and her shot didn't quite get on net. The timing not quite there for that one. Here's a shot in on net, and Holmquist will juggle and hold and force a face-off here.
You notice the CPCRD, when they get back in their zone, they're not messing around. They're getting that puck around the rink as quick as they can. And the forwards are breaking out real quick with it. making moves. What a nice play here. Almost just a little too late to get that puck in front of the forward. A little bit earlier, could have done something with it, but still a good play and a threat to Holmquist.
Abigail today sending it along and just popped out of the zone. They throw it back in and touch up here. It's been a CPCR period here, although no scoring in the period. They led 1-0 after 1. And they have certainly controlled the action in the second, but nothing to show for it. Here's a slapper. Schuck will grab that one off the stick of Kramer.
Kramer's another up-and-coming. She's a 9th grader on this team, and she's got good skating skills. She's strong. She's got good size to her. Usually the 9th graders, they can get pushed around. Kramer isn't going to get pushed around. Here's the other thing. CPCR has done a good job of winning faceoffs this period, Jay.
And there is another one right there, won by Erica Tyson. Baker. Her pass is deflected. Now the race is on. Tyson's going to get there first. A little 2-on-1. Tyson fires off Almquist's shoulder, and then it deflects over the net. Boy, that one was targeted for the top corner, and Almquist just got her shoulder on it. Bluebirds out of there with it, trying to get it to Baker. A nice interception there, though, by Bodine. But they get it back and then knocked aside again. Chop back in, and now the race is on, and it looks like Ness will get there first for CPCR. She's in alone in deep as they were changing behind her and had to try and wait for help. Now Ness trying to spin her way out of there. They're letting them play in this second period. There have been a thing or two that you wouldn't have been shocked to see the arm go up, but and a near turnover here. Stars really struggling to get the puck out.
Getting tired, Jay. They're losing their legs. They've been playing a lot of defense in their own zone this period, and they're starting to lose their legs.
And this one will be banked out. It will be an icing call here against Osseo-Park-Center, but a necessary one. I agree. I was thinking the same thing. These last couple of shifts, they've really, at times, started to look pretty tired. There's a look at that save by Almquist. But I kind of remember that one, depending on the outcome of this game. That one could have been a goal. That one was a very good shot.
Well, like I said, two things have happened in between periods that did. CPCRD in their own zone is really taking turns to get it out, reversing to get it out. Done it quickly, and boy, they've turned the forecheck up. Oh my gosh, they got two people on it and a third coming in to support, and it's working.
Williams will dump it on in here. Bascalo jumping into forecheck. Oh, going to be a penalty call here against CPCR as Bascalo got the hook in. So delayed penalty, and now will be whistled. As she came in, it's going to be a high stick actually. Came in on the forecheck and was looking to free that puck up, but instead got her stick up. And so now Osseo-Park-Center, this could really be a shot in the arm for them.
Well, as much as they've been dominated in this period, they are one shot away from tying the game.
See how they do on this power play opportunity. Thrown toward the net. Peterson blocking that one. Stars do a good job, though, getting to it, keep it in, and get themselves set up a little bit. Opportunity in the slot here, but it hits a skate, and Schuck comes lunging out. Boy, that's a bit of a gamble, but she saw that puck and was going to go for it.
Great move, and it bounced off and deflected, and she did a great job. Here's the play right here. There. And just a good shot. Really kind of lost a little bit off the toe of her stick. She didn't quite get all the wood on it. And I got it in on Schuck, but she dived out and made a nice save.
Yeah, that one actually hit a defense, her teammate's skate there on the way in. But yeah, Schuck, once she had dialed a beat in, she wasn't going to wait and leave a rebound out front or anything. She dove on it. It goes back to play it here for Osseo-Park-Center. As Dan commented, what a great skater she is, an 8th grader. Carries it hard up the left side, goes to the net here, but then the shot attempt blocked. And the Bluebirds able to clear it. Banked ahead, nice patience there by Lewis. Of course, it was her defensive partner that led that last rush, so she was kind of alone back there. Denchfield firing, blocker save, it's loose. And
it's sitting there.
Shuck dove for it, but didn't get it. Now they crash into her. And Shuck trying to scramble back in front. Ooh, and then a battle in
Another
front.
penalty.
This run at least going to be on OPC, I think. I don't know if it'll be more than one, but for sure Presley Kramer threw a kind of a half punch there. Huge battle in front, and then watch at the end. Kramer was kind of run over there.
Yeah, no call there, and she wasn't happy about it, so she decided to retaliate, which wasn't smart, because they had another opportunity here.
Yeah, that was the tail end. She had already kind of thrown her gloved hand into the head. But I agree, she was taken down in front pretty heavily there. That one, the first one,
no question,
should have been a penalty as well.
Should have been another penalty on CPCR, but you don't turn around and then just do something like that to not only take away your power play, but give CPCR a penalty, or give yourself a penalty.
I think they're going to just stick with what the call was initially, a roughing penalty on Kramer. A good opportunity. This time it didn't work when Chuck dove for it. And then look at the traffic in front.
Now watch to the right of your screen. You'll probably get it back inside here. Yeah, you can see Kramer went after her there and knocked her down.
And Jeremy Lewis pleading his case right now that, yes, I mean, he's fully admitting, I'm sure, that his player does deserve a penalty for the little jab she threw. But how did she get on the ground in the first place?
Well, you might have let that go as tit for tat, you know, like she got nailed and then she got it back and then let it go at that. But see the good opportunities here. Shuck let that one bounce off her chest, and then it got out of control real quick here with all the bodies falling in front.
And there's the punch to the head right there. Explaining things to both coaches there. You know, something, not to throw another wrench in the works again, but something I didn't really notice the first time around, though, is it looked like Kramer, she definitely got run over, but it looked like she kind of, prior to that, wasn't too shy about running into Shuck a little bit herself there as well. Just food for thought. That
I wouldn't disagree with that statement at all. It gets ugly in front of the net, period. Both ways.
And to be honest with you, I don't know, I'm not saying this is the way it should be, but to be honest, they would have been a lot more likely that they would have called both teams there if Champlin Park-Coon Rapids hadn't already taken a penalty.
Absolutely.
Just the way it is.
You've been around hockey enough to know that, Jay.
So CPCR on the power play after a physical battle out front. Lisney getting ahead to Haley Williams. Lost it in her skates there. And let's see if the Stars will be able to clear it here as they come up with clean possession. And Akos will send it out. Didn't get it all the way down the rink, though. Now they will. Lisney back to gather it. So the first penalty is over, and now thrown in on net.
You see Shuck there's Akos got in front of the net. Kind of got her stick up real quick, and I don't blame her one bit with all the bodies that have been flying all over her. And OPC took a little bit of offense to that, but you know, well within the goalie's rights.
Another look at the penalty that led to this.
Oh, I'm sorry. And that would not have been a tit for tat. I got a good look at it that time. No, she's going to the box. End of story.
Knocked loose. Baker throwing it ahead. Bascalo up with it. Puts on the brakes. Williams is camped out front. Power play chance here for CPCR. I jumped the gun a moment earlier and said they were in the power play. They were not, obviously, when we first started that sequence, but then the penalty to Bascalo ended. Shuck back to gather it here. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Oh boy, nearly turned it over there. Some great hustle here on the penalty kill by Bjork.
Very aggressive. I love aggressive penalty kills. I don't like teams sitting back, and I think it pays more dividends than it does bad things. Look at that. Look at this. Densfield now steps up.
Tried to play it out front. Lisney stopping that one, but you've killed some valuable time. You've taken some momentum from them. Densfield heads off on a change. Bluebirds trying to get it set up as we approach a minute to go. Out front it comes. Oh, and it's off a skate and right to Almquist. And then a little battle, boy. There's no doubt this one's gotten heated in this second period.
The dislike factor has definitely jumped here, but a good pass out front here, and Williams standing right there waiting for it. And of course, you stand in front of the net, you generally will end up on your keister. Same in girls hockey as it is for boys hockey.
Nice face-off win there by Holly Johnson. Allows CPCR to get it set up. That wrister goes bouncing wide of the net. And the penalty is now over to OPC, so we're back to 5 aside here, under a minute to play in this second period. Intensity has really ratcheted up here. Some hard feelings, both teams here. Of course, we're more or less on the visitor side, Dan, so when we're hearing a lot more of the complaints when the OPC fans wanted to call than the other way around. Deflection in the circle here. Yeah, it's going to get a penalty as Abby Peterson got in and tied up.
And guess who she tied up? Presley Kramer.
Going to be a hooking penalty there.
Kramer kept her cool that time.
And those were the two that were battling in front of the net a few moments ago. And you'll see right here, getting the little hook in there. Yep, good call.
So 13 seconds left here for OPC to do something. Probably the bulk of it will be in the second period here.
And Osseo-Park-Center, time for one last try. It hits a body in front. And the time is going to tick down. And so now we've reached the end of period number 2, with things getting a lot more heated down the stretch of this second period. One thing that did not change is the score. We had no scoring in that second. So through 2 periods, it's Champlin Park-Coon Rapids 1. And Osseo-Park-Center nothing. We'll have our second period highlights and then what should be an interesting third period coming up here on CCX.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I bought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to the Ice Forum as the fans watching a close game here. Champlin Park-Coon Rapids leading Osseo-Park-Center by a score of 1-0 as we take a look at some highlights from the second period. No goals, but plenty of activity, some big saves, some rough stuff, and we'll look at it here. Pass thrown out front and turnaround try there. Bailey Shuck the stop and then pounces on the rebound. And then here's a chance out front, just kind of a miss hit. Then the puck laying loose. And Almquist does not have it covered. And watch this one as she's still trying to get up, and the shot thrown from a tough angle that floats wide of the net. And then an opportunity here out front, but the pass not quite handled and ends up going wide. Here's probably the best scoring chance of the period. Almquist making a nice stop there on Erica Tyson. And then late in the period, Osseo gets a chance. The shot hits a skate. Shuck diving for it to cover it up. And then moments later, another one. This time she dove, didn't quite get it, and then this ultimately led to a penalty in front, as you saw first the uncalled tackle there, and then a retaliatory punch led to a penalty call against Kramer of Osseo-Park-Center. And that's when things started to kind of get physical after that point. Both teams were kind of mad at each other, I think, from then on, Dan.
Absolutely. It went from a skating game to a rough game.
21 shots to 16 total now for CPCR. Slight edge in scoring chances, and OPC will be on a power play here to begin the third period, which could be key. It's nearly a full 2 minutes remaining on that. So we will come back with this third period as these teams wrap up the regular season and get set for playoff competition here. Champlin Park, Coon Rapids trying to put another win in the win column here in this conference championship season.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
Bailey Shuck getting set for period number 3 here, trying to tack another shutout onto her total for the season. Her team leading it by a score of 1-0. But Osseo-Park-Center on a power play to begin the third. I think it's important for them. I mean, obviously, goes without saying they'd want to score, but I think it's important for them to get off to a good start in this period, at least, and to kind of establish that we're still very much in this game, because they did not have a particularly good second period.
No, they didn't, but they got to a more physical game, which they like a little bit more. But we'll see what they do here. This power play could be real critical for them.
Stars dumping in deep here. McClellan getting to it first, but can't get it out. Back to Denchfield, shooting. Shuck with a save, the rebound, another stop. Just stayed squared up very nicely to that next shot. Oh, and there's a turnover. They bring it out front. Stop, can't clear, and then Denchfield a miss hit. Boy, both teams really kind of committing big mistakes there. The Bluebirds just a poor attempt at a clear, went right to Denchfield, but then she badly mishit that shot as well.
That's a shame too, because Denchfield's got a cannon.
Nice job to chop it away there. Emily Peterson with good stick skills as she knocked that puck loose. Now Almquist banking it off the back of the net. Then Almquist goes down as she collided with Holly Johnson. Not a smooth sequence here for Almquist, as she was a little bit unsure where to play that puck, I think, because of the forechecker.
Well, I was wondering why she wasn't going behind the net to stop the puck for the defense. I was going to make a comment on it. Now I know why. She's not real sure of herself behind the net.
Johnson gets in to bother that one, knocks it back over to the corner. So under 10 to go in the power play. The Stars have done nothing with it here to begin the third. Drop pass, and here they come. Penalty is over. Abby Peterson out of the box now for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids. Denchfield, nice pass out front. There's a shot, and Schuck denies that one, and the net has come off, I believe, there. And so we'll have a face-off coming up in the CPCR zone as Schuck was hugging the post there and kicked the leg out a little bit and got a bit of the post as well. Nice clean face-off win here for the Stars. Now it pops free and recovered by Tara Beza for CPCR. Mackenzie Baker deflecting it deep into the zone, but going to be an icing call.
That was pretty close. She deflected that close to the red line, but not quite on the right side of it. But she's had a heck of a game. We picked out a good one there. She's hustled all day and had made some definitely good plays here for the Bluebirds.
Off the draw, Champlin Park-Coon Rapids wins it. They ring it around toward Baker. D falls, but they'll have to chase this one down. Brought right out front, and really nobody there to help out as Tara Beza brought it to the front of the net. Baker couldn't get it past the oncoming player, Scherner. Now knocked free again near the blue line. Baker banked it off the skate and gets it back, and then her shot went just over the crossbar.
She's paying attention there. Good shot. She was trying for the upper corner, and it was open.
And the pass straight up the gut here. Schuck is going to stop this one and cover it with traffic coming toward her there, as hustling after it was Laura Denchfield. So face-off coming up in the CPCR zone. That one first period power play goal, a little less than 5 minutes in to the game, is all we've had so far.
The last game was 1-1 tie, so we didn't expect a lot of offensive explosion here. These are pretty tight in the D with two pretty good goalies.
I also think this probably is the type of game you can expect to see in the postseason too. So I think you know, that in that regard, it's probably a good thing for both of these teams to see a game like this, where you know, I mean, you don't want your players to play tight, but you also do need to know that any little mistake could be the go-ahead goal, could be the tying goal.
Yes.
You want to play with good focus out there. Delaney Johnson up with it, brought it in, and then down she goes. Chop free, sent back out, intercepted by Haley Williams. Looking across to Johnson. Johnson with a little space, firing. Did a nice job of dragging that one back across, but just didn't quite hit the net. Now Johnson has it again here, trying to drop it to the point, but it was well read, and eventually leads to a turnover. Bluebirds able to come up with it. Abby Peterson reversing it back across. And now the pass ahead to Shack. She'll take a shot. Almquist the stop, and then Shack going in, giving her a little snow shower there, and some of the OPC players looking at her, but by that time she'd fled the scene.
Kind of up and down here. A lot of not real organized, more defensive type, tight play. Not a lot of space to move with. Back and forth, chop type play.
Off the face-off, the Stars wind up with it. This little drop pass there, then a return comes out front. Puck still dangerous here, and now it's overskated and finally controlled by Champlin Park-Coon Rapids. Nothing really developing though out of that rush, and back the other way come the Stars. Sawicki throws it in deep. Abby Peterson back to get it. And then that's banked out They're going to wave off potential icing here as it went by an OPC player there. Baker in on the forecheck, but a nice job to get it around her and out. And they tried to hit a home run there. That one is going to be icing. I thought it had been deflected there.
Me too. The referee was not in good position there either to make that call. Well, whatever. Like the play, though. I like that. They were stretching the ice, trying to get an opportunity. They need one shot to go in right now and tie this game. I like that gamble. That was a good play.
Bluebirds win the draw. Then the shot on net was deflected. Didn't have a lot on it, but Almquist covering it up for the stop. We'll get another face-off coming up in the zone, and we got a boys game coming up here tonight as well. So they're saying, okay, that's enough with these jerseys here. This senior day, we're starting to take things down a little bit. Denchfield up the left wing here for Osseo-Park-Center. Gets it back and scores. First try was blocked. It came right back to her, and Denchfield able to beat Schuck, and it's 1-1.
And that was the closest inside shot that they've had the entire game. Denchfield finally got loose, makes a great move right here. And finds it just on the inside, left inside of the 5-hole and gets it through. That's what she does.
Those are the type that can be a little tricky for a goalie because the initial thing was disrupted. It was it ultimately almost worked out like a pass to herself there. And it got her free of the D and able to bury it.
Caught Schuck at a bad moment, and we got to tie a game. And
here's Sawicki trying to come right up the gut. Abby Peterson back the other way. Schuck a save there, so well, we'll see if this changes the complexion of this one a little bit. We are tied up at 1 apiece now as Osseo-Park-Center getting free for a goal there, and not a huge surprise on who their scorer would be. The 18th goal of the year for Denchfield. Drag it out front. Oh, and Schuck making a dynamite save there. Great little move in close there by Scherner.
That's just surprising to me, too. I'm sure Coach Colt is going to have a little chat about it, but the Osseo-Park-Center forwards have just been walking in front of that net all day. And one of these times is going to go in.
Yeah, and we always kind of joke about it, but you start to get the feeling that every team that's going to the left has had the better of things. In the first period, it was Osseo-Park-Center a little bit. Clearly, the second period was all CPCR, and so far in the third, we're seeing some pretty good stuff from OPC again.
Gee, you're starting to sound like an old-time hockey school guy that's superstitious there, Jay. Oh, my gosh. Well, that kind of shows what the OPC staff has done this year, too. Persistence, working hard, keeping their heads in the game, keeping close and working out. You know, if we give it 2-3 more wins here that were close, these one-goal games they've had, it could be a whole different record for them.
Icing call here, and we'll come right back into the Champlin Park-Coon Rapids zone.
You know, the support here in the last 2 minutes or so OPC's been doing with, you know, one carry of the puck and then loses it, then they pick it up again because somebody's supporting all the time. That last good opportunity, 3 people touched the puck for OPC.
Haley Williams trying to break it back out for CPCR. Shot attempt deflected high into the corner. Battle for it, and finally Delaney Johnson digs it out of there, and a shot. Almquist will glove that one and hang on. So offensive zone draw coming up here for the Bluebirds, as they had the momentum in the second period, but so far in the third, not quite.
Well, this line, the Delaney Johnson line in the third period, has been the best for CPCR, and you can see they've asserted themselves right away and got down in the OPC offensive zone. So we'll see if they can get an opportunity here.
Shot attempt there goes into the corner. York getting it out of there and playing it ahead for Sawicki. Today up with it now. Her pass, though, knocked down by Bascalo. And sent right back into the Stars zone. Go rink wide with it this time, and Lisney did a nice job intercepting that one. And now 2-on-2 as they come into the zone. Puck pushed down to the corner. Bascalo trying to work herself free to get to it, and does. And intercepted, though, didn't get it out. Here's a shot attempt and a knockdown as Bjork took the shot. And Shuck will cover it up here. You see CPCR back on their heels quite a bit here in this period.
And Bascalo did a nice job there asserting herself. She's older and a little bit stronger than the two sophomores that she was going up against back there, and got the puck, but couldn't quite complete getting it out. CPCR is not quite supporting each other like OPC is. I mean, one person's got to get it done, and we'll see if that costs them.
Tabeza trying to get it ahead to Baker there, but that one easily intercepted and back the other way. It goes trying to go to the net, fires and hits the outside of the net. Now the puck squirts free out front again. Nice job to keep it in by Bodine.
Very nice job, boy, that was smooth.
Abby Peterson played it ahead, but now the pass gets onto the stick of Tabeza. Tabeza shooting a long, high shot there. Not much on it. And that one came outside the zone, so an offside call here. 8:02 to go. Obviously, we're not in actual overtime, Dan, here, but it could be an X goal wins type game right now, I think, with as much defensive play as we've had in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, goals are hard to come by. The next goal probably will prove to be the game winner.
See who's going to be the hero this afternoon, or if in fact there will be one. Not guaranteed to have a winner, obviously. Regular season play.
Well, a win by OPC would be huge and would help them a lot in their section seeding.
Banked over to the corner. And it gets beyond Denchfield. Denchfield tried to drag it out front. Intercepted there, though, by Emily Peterson. And now flipped into the offensive zone by Shack. Centering pass there was knocked down. Lisney jumped up to break that one up.
Good play by a senior there.
Yeah, Lisney's been their most solid D this year. Peterson, the young player, has done very well also. And pop free at center and just softly dumped back in by Jaden Herr. Delaney Johnson trying to win that puck. Got a little physical over there.
Boy, Johnson has been, she all of a sudden third period she showed up and making good defensive plays.
Bascalo sends it around the D and goes to get it herself. Williams is in front. They come to the point, and that shot is blocked. Abby Peterson will have to wait till her teammates clear the zone and then dump it back in. Stars looking to reverse it. Now they come right back to the other way. Again, the Bluebirds breaking things up again with a strong forecheck. Out to the point it comes, and Almquist directing that one aside off the stick of McClellan. Abby Peterson keeping it in. Here's Williams' shot, and they're looking for the tip out front. Delaney Johnson gets to it, centered it again. Now Karam's out to the point. McClellan's shot off a stick and into the corner. Johnson's pass was denied. They throw it out front again, and Almquist will cover it up as Bascalo is out there waiting, but pretty well defended there by the Stars. So we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the OPC zone with 5:25 to go in the third. We are evened up at 1 apiece here. Osseo-Park-Center and Champlin Park-Coon Rapids.
All right, you will see the Delaney Johnson, Haley Williams out again very quickly. They turned this whole thing around after a good opportunity by OPC, and they just put huge pressure on the OPC zone.
Lisney kicking that puck ahead. And a battle for it at the blue line here. Stars wind up with it. Had to go up the middle, pass broken up, but then they get a second opportunity. Couple of players going down. Now here's a chance, centering pass, and it hit the side of the net, and then Baker retrieved it. Back the other way come the Bluebirds. Shot there, Almquist calmly directs that to the corner. Baker playing it down deep. Centering pass, never made it out front to Baker there from Ness. Baker able to dig it free briefly and then puts it out front, but it's intercepted. Sent ahead, it hits a OPC player who was just getting off the ice, and there's a lot of traffic as both teams were trying to change there, and a lot of bodies to get to the bench. Relayed on in there by Bodine. Now Emily Peterson back to play it around, too far for Haley Williams. And they're going to wave off icing there as it was just near the stick of the OPC player there. Under 4 minutes to play here in regulation, a 1-1 tie. Lisney ahead to Williams. Now Delaney Johnson. They had some trouble with that at the line there, obviously. Got bunched up. Now Johnson gaining control. Johnson carries it in and fires, and Almquist making a stop there, and she'll hang on to force a face-off.
Yep. Coach Goldis is double shifting the Delaney Johnson line. They have been very, very effective. They just took another shift, got it down the zone. The Baker line was pretty good too, so now they're giving a little break here with the third line.
Dump back down to the corner by McClellan here. 3:15 to go in the third, and a 1-1 tie. Seems like CPCR has kind of taken control back in the latter part of this third period. Little drop pass there, and then it hits the official on the way out and just chipped ahead to center by Sinjum.
Well, they're just manning up. Everybody's grabbing a forecheck, and they're making sure they got everybody covered. They're making sure they win their one-on-one battles once they push them into the corners. And they're just doing a very good job defensively. There's no middle of the ice open for OPC.
Thrown to an open wing there. Abby Peterson up with it for Champlin Park-Coon Rapids, and she will dump it on in deep. Johnson's going to be first there.
Oh, they're back out again. There's a surprise.
And Baker actually out with them this time. Here's Johnson looking for Haley Williams, who scored the only CPCR goal. Williams circling with it here. Well defended though. Drops it back for Lisney. A shot. Almquist the save. Johnson wanted the rebound, and they joust a little bit out front, but she's quick to clear herself out of there.
Boy, nice shot there by number 16, Anna Lisney. Got that danger written all over it. And Johnson all of a sudden is making herself a big part of this game at the right time. Almost picked it off on a deflection.
Looks like they're denying a last change that OPC was trying to make there. Pass out front, dragged away there to the corner. Under 2 minutes to go now in the hockey game. Long pass ahead. Lisney broke it up, and then Lisney wins that puck back. Smooth skater, good hands.
She's been good tonight, hasn't she? She's been something.
And sent ahead here. The race is on. Emily Peterson will get there ahead of Denchfield. Denchfield trying to force a turnover and ultimately does, but the puck came out to the neutral zone. And backhanded on in by Bodine, who hustles after it as well. Johnson whipping it ahead. They don't get it out. Johnson had it knocked away, and now the Bluebirds do come up with it. Here's Delaney Johnson carrying it in. Shooting. Almquist the stop there, and then tried to send it back out front again. Ooh, and then Johnson getting it all tangled up. Looked like she threw an elbow, but
she did.
Arm did not go up. Under a minute to play here in the third. And that pass misses everyone. Looks like it'll be an icing call here against Osseo-Park-Center. So 39 seconds to go, and we'll head back into the other end, see if we might possibly see a timeout taken here.
It's 39 seconds. I'd call a timeout if I was Coach Goldis to get that Johnson line right back out there with Williams and with Baker. They were effective, but I guess not.
Centering pass, here's a chance in tight. Rebound is right near the goal line, and it's in. Champlin Park-Coon Rapids will strike with 27 seconds to go. Looks like the goal scorer is Abby Ness. Ultimately pushed that one across. Number 9.
Third line was out there. Boy, that's a bonus when your third line can come out there with a freshman on it and get the winning goal. And that was just amazing because they'd run that Johnson line, continually double shifted it all throughout the third period, and by gosh. That's just a bonus for any team in the third line can go and get a critical goal at close to the end of a game for you, and you got to feel bad for OPC there, giving one up. That's tough with 24 seconds left, but they lost that faceoff. We talk about how important faceoffs are, Jay, and that really hurt them right there.
Boy, and really the way this game has gone with goals so tough to come by, you sort of have the feeling that, chances are the winning goal might be something like that, where there's a rebound, there's a scramble, there's bodies. Get another look as it just scraped across the goal line there.
Well, there was so much chopping going in front. Almquist couldn't get a handle on it or a grip on it. Slipped in behind her, and all of a sudden, free-for-all just dithered in.
We'll look at the first shot there, and then watch for alongside the net. Shoveled toward the net by
Ness,
and then ultimately pushing it over. Defensemen trying their best to keep it out with the skate, but boy, at that point it would be pretty tough, and they just kept working and pushed it in. So Ness will get her third goal of the year, and what it'll be a memorable one, right?
You betcha. Hey, last game of the season, winning goal, that'll kind of make your year.
Keep an eye on Almquist here. At the center faceoff, she is still in, of course, but if they gain control, well, they don't though. Delaney Johnson picks it up. She'll throw it in deep, and a good faceoff win again by CPCR there. They'll certainly try to solidify. Del Castillo getting the assist on Nessa's goal at 16:33. You see the empty net, of course, for OPC now. So 6 skaters out.
I kind of question that line change by Coach Cultus, but good job, Coach. You knew what you were doing. You put that third line out there, and they got a winner for you. And boy, when that comes down to section time, Jay, that can make a big difference.
Bad clear attempt here, though. Will give OPC one more chance, but they're unable to get something on net. And so Champlin Park-Coon Rapids will ultimately pull out a 2-1 win. They scored pretty early in the first period and then don't score again until 27 seconds remaining, but it's enough to get Their 14th W of the season here, but Osseo-Park-Center, again, the improvement they've made this year showed up big time in today's game, and I think both teams, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, difficult roads in their section, particularly for OPC. I mean, Section 6AA is just loaded. I mean, there's not a great chance for them to, be competitive with those top 3 teams, I think. But at the same time, they certainly have done a lot of good things this year, and an opportunity. We'll see how the seeding shakes out for both of these teams, and we wish them well, obviously, down here in the playoffs, which are just around the corner now.
Well, they've had, both teams successful seasons in so many ways. Double-digit wins for OPC, which they haven't seen in years. They're playing very good hockey, and oh my gosh, they're young players. I mean, we saw an 8th grader here that was stepping up and playing with the big girls here. They're going to be good in 2 or 3 years. Champlin, Park-Coon Rapids, boy, it's a solid team, and they play very good defense. They could do some damage in the sections here. They got a legitimate shot at it. They play good defense, their goalie's solid, and they get timely scoring. And they had a good win. They've proven they can beat the good teams. We'll see what happens in the sections.
All right, 6AA and 5AA have their quarterfinal rounds a week from today, the Saturday the 9th, at Roseville and at Parade. So best of luck to both of these teams, and we certainly hope you've enjoyed not only this game, but the regular season in girls hockey here on CCX Sports. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Once again, your final score here at the Ice Forum in Champlin is Champlin Park-Coon Rapids 2 and Osseo-Park-Center 1.